Hi friends, it's Mrs. Armstrong here. We're going to do a real quick sounding out word activity. I'm going to sound out a word, I'm going to break it apart, and then you are going to say what the word is when you put those sounds back together. So after I sound it out, I'm going to pause. You may be watching this video by yourself or with a family member, so you go on ahead and say those answers out loud so that you can practice. Here's an example. Ah, p. What is that word when you put those sounds together? Mop. Here's the next one. G. What word is that? Rug. Ox. Fox. At. Hat. Ed. Red. Pig. Pig. Now, the next activity that we're going to do is listening for the middle sounds in words. We've done this a lot at school. Remember, we're listening for the vowel sound in the middle of the word. A, E, I, O, or U are the letters. The sounds you're listening for are A, E, A, Here's the first one. What is the middle sound that you hear in the word fit? Fit. Fit. What's the middle sound? The sound is I. Here's the next one. Cab. 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 What's the middle sound? The sound is A. A says A. What about this one? Wig. 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 The middle sound is I. I says I. Here's the next one. Fill. 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 What's the sound in the middle? I says I. Here's the next one. Mat. 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 What's the middle sound? A. A says A. And here's the last one. Mix. 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 What's the middle sound? I says I. The next activity that we're going to do is talking about retelling a story. Now, the story that was read to you this week is What is Science? When you retell a story, you tell it again using your own words. You tell it to someone like they've never heard the story before. We're going to be using some pictures from the story that you read. Here is a picture right here from the story that you read, What is Science? I want you to look at it and I want you to think about what happened in that part of the story when I saw this picture. What are some words that you could use to retell this part of the story? I'm going to pause and I want you to think about that and say those words out loud. Here are some words that we could use. Science is the study of many things. Look at this picture. What are some of the objects that you see in this picture? We see two boys. One of the boys is holding up a globe of the world. This one has a book. What do you think the question marks in the picture mean? Maybe the question marks are showing that science can answer questions about many things in the world. Here's another picture from the story, What is Science? When you see this picture, what are some words that you can think of that you could use to retell this part of the story to someone like they've never heard it before? Here's words you could use. Science is the study of trees. What are some things that you would like to know about trees? We've talked in class some about trees. Here's some things you might want to know about them. How do they grow? How long do they live? How do they get food and water? Why are the leaves on the trees green? What makes the bark or the trunk of the tree brown? What kinds of things can live in trees? Now let me ask you this, where can you find the answers to these questions? You could ask older people. You could ask someone who you know studies trees. You could read books. If you have the help of an older sibling or mom or dad or older family member, you can get on the internet and do some study and some research and investigating to find out the answers to those questions. Here's the next picture from our story. What are some words that you can use to retell the part of this story? Think about that for just a minute. Here's some words you could use. Science is the study of weather. Look at this picture. It looks like these girls are caught in some kind of wild weather, wind, rain. What are some kinds of weather that scientists might study? Well, scientists called meteorologists actually study weather, all kinds of weather, sunny weather, rainy weather, tornadoes, hurricanes, windy weather. There are lots of different kinds of weather that a special scientist called a meteorologist might answer. And here's our last picture from our story. When you look at this picture from the story, what are some words that you can come up with to tell someone else about what this part of the story was about? Here's some words you could use. Science is actually the study of many things. What do you think the children in the picture are using the telescope for? What might the children be studying with the telescope? Well, a telescope will make things bigger, will magnify things in the sky. They are probably studying the stars. You can study planets. You can study things that are all in the sky using a telescope. Science is the study of many things. So when you retell a story, you tell the story again using your words, and you tell it in a way to someone where maybe that person has never heard or read the story before.